Ripple is forging ahead with their plans and telling the SEC you can't stop us. XRP price action at the end. Along with Gensler facing a little bit of heat from Congress. What happened to the Gary the ferryman today? Along with stablecoin juice. Billions and billions.
Due to the graphic nature of this program, listener discretion is advised.
Good day to you, dudes and chicks. And how are you faring this Tuesday? Before we get in the news, your comments come first. Just like the ladies, if you treat them right, and if you're married for 14 years. Pinage says, bought a majority of my XRP at 20 cents. Still better returns than any savings account. People need to quit crying. I brought this up because it's right. There are some people in here that got in super early that right now they are deep in the green. 2-3x at this point. So not everyone is short-term lost. There's some long-term hodlers here. Thank you for sharing, and everyone's viewpoint is welcome. And that's why I bring up stories from all over the place to benefit people that are short-term, long-term, getting into it, playing the swings, playing the volume, news, good or bad, happy or sad. Harry LaFontaine says he can dump now because of the 5 to 15% price pump we get from that BS ETF will pull back the week after. I'm holding and have been before Binance was outlawed for U.S. customers. Yes, that's Binance before there was a U.S. Binance, people. An OG XRP hodler here talking about Larson, talking about the frustration, the dumpage by them. But look, they're moving into other projects. It's same, you would do the same thing. Right? When you sell your XRP and make your tons and tons of money, aren't you going to put it into other stuff? Like buying like a house, buying like a cool car, stuff like that. Like you see me think that's what they're doing, right? They're taking their XRP and selling it too. It's just different time frames. Bitcoin sitting at 60,325, ETH is 2619. BNB healthy at 608. Been talking to you about the BNB. 145 for Sol. ETF expectations, by the way, has XRP edging out Solana for the ETFs next. 58.4 is the price of XRP. We're going to talk price action at the end, along with ISP sitting at $9.03. XLM melting faces like a burger on the Burger King heating rack that's been sitting there all day. Don't think so, girlfriend. 9.5 cents. Gary Gensler faces congressional scrutiny over cryptocurrency regs. Ooh, okay. Yeah, that's right. There was a hearing today. And in this hearing, McHenry just went after Gary. And then we had a couple people go after Gary as well. Then we had some people back Gary. Brad Sherman, one of the backers of Gary, remarked a few minutes ago that the SEC is leading an institution for protecting investors and holds responsibility for nearly all intangible investment assets. He suggested that additional legislation could clarify what conditions cryptocurrency qualifies as a security, even though he doesn't believe it's necessary. The hearing is still going on right now. And the reason I didn't want to broadcast this live is because it's all talk and bullshit. See, McHenry threatened Gary Gensler how many frickin' times? Oh, I'm going to subpoena you. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. They threatened all sorts of action against the SEC, said the SEC needs to be held accountable, and guess what? Haven't done a thing about it. So I didn't want to waste your time and show you this bullshit dog and pony show by the United States government, which is all bullshit. Bring you the news, whether it's good or bad, happy or sad. I bring you the news that's real and the news that matters. This did not matter. You know why? Because nothing's getting done. Because no one's going to vote on anything right now. Because guess what? The election is here. And all they care about is making themselves look like we care to you. So people out there are like, oh, dude, McHenry was ripping on Gary today. Go fuck yourself because you're not doing shit about it. Oh, yeah. If you want to watch that hearing, it's linked in the description below. Ripple, now minting more RLUSD. Oh, so now you don't even have the finishing of the case, right? We don't even have appeal day over yet. And Ripple's like, look, we got to go forward. We got to test some more. They're testing it on Ethereum and XRPL. And what's neat about this is that stablecoin market is huge. You're like, Klaus, is the stablecoin market really that big? Damn, girlfriend, you got to look at this. Market cap of Tether, 119 billion. USDC, almost 36 billion. DAI, 5.3 billion. First Digital, 3 billion. PayPal, 725 million. 2.5 billion for Ethena USD. I mean, there's tons of them out there. Stablecoin market cap is big time. And I mean like big time, big time. When crypto goes to the wayside, like price-wise, right, when we have some negative price action, a lot of people are just taking that and just booming into stable coins, riding out the crashes, and then swinging back in when it benefits them. Stable coins have been big action. So Ripple going ahead and doing more. They minted a total of 485 tokens. No, it's not about the size of the minting. It's about the minting and burning and testing functionality. They test it so that when the institutions are ready to use it, boom, it works smoothly. I did a story earlier today about stablecoins. There was one that's being launched by another company, a venture capital company. Oh my God, venture capital, Klaus? Yes, venture capital. Keep telling everyone about venture capital. Watch out for them. They're sneaky. They're sneaky. They'll pump you and dump you. They'll wine you, dine you, 69 you, but then they won't wine and dine you. They'll just like 69 you. And you're like, how the hell did you do that? You didn't even give me anything for it and you screwed me. But there's a company, they were offering 12% for their stable coins. That's a big, juicy yield there. 12% for institutions is massive. So Ripple going ahead with this. Will we see much utilization of XRP? Well, if it's just for institutions, you're not going to see a lot of transactional volume, and that transactional volume would burn more XRP than it would the big chunk volume. Because remember, it costs the same no matter how much you send, and it's pretty cheap to send a lot. So stablecoins, big money. People are going to be getting into this big time. XRP price action, all right, I wanted to show you something. What I wanted to show you was this. This candlestick right here was the actual case action with Taurus, like the actual candlestick for it, okay? This run-up right here in July, this run-up was the whole like, 1 year anniversary of Taurus saying that it's not a security, okay? So within this short amount of time, you had a pump, dumped it way on down, because look, dumped it right before Taurus to a low of 43 cents to pump it up against 61. Look at this right here, right? Really low, dumped it way on down to the 39-cent range, only to pump it back up to 63 cents, like shortly after, like pretty much in the week, okay? Now look at the strengths of those two moves, and they both have to deal with the same thing, Taurus action. Whether it's the finality, right, the final judgment, or whether it's the anniversary of protection for secondary players like you and I. Taurus action has been where the XRP pump is action. Now, we did get the XRP ETF candlestick, right? Or when the trust was launched. I'm sorry about that. When the trust was launched, which was good. We pulled back a fair amount of that. But what's good to see here is that XRP is still responding to Taurus. So if they're responding this much to Taurus action here, what happens when we move the calendar to the October 7th date right here? And the odds have it, less and less every day, that if you haven't gotten an appeal from the SEC now, you ain't going to get one. And we've seen that the market reacts the most when it comes to the court case in terms of short-term price action. So October 7th might be the juicy date we're all looking for. But juice is why Ripple is getting into stable coins, because there's billions and billions and billions of juice. And the volume, that's just the market cap. The volume of this shit is insane. All right, just for instance, USDC's volume, and remember, these companies make money on it, right? On the buying and selling of that stuff, okay? The volume of their action, $5.6 billion in 24 hours. So it's no wonder everyone wants to get into stable coins. It's no wonder everyone wants your coins and your votes, because they ain't doing shit about Gary the Fairy taking over crypto regulation. And for everyone out there that's like, yo, the Dems are pro-crypto, they're sure as shit not pro-crypto. Whatever channel you watch that says that, they are dumb as fuck, because that's a lie. They have been protecting Gare Bear, Sherman, Maxine Waters, you know the crew. They protect Gary the Fairy. So I gotta admit, I'm excited to see what happens with RLUSD, because these stablecoins are legit about trust. Do you feel trustworthy to be able to put X amount of your money in for X amount of yield? 12%, as I shared with you earlier today, that's a big yield. Whoa, that's big. Is that sustainable, right? Goes back to trust, or is this just a Ponzi scheme? I'm not saying Ripple is, not saying the other companies, but when you're offering 12% on stablecoins, how do you maintain that? That's crazy. And some of their product offerings are like 18 to 19%. Whoa, big money there. But stablecoin volume is where it's at. Stablecoin market cap, you see, is just growing. It's a safer play. You're not seeing all these fluctuations. And speaking of the fluctuations, the ones with Torres have been very welcome because they've been in XRP and Ripple's favor here as of late. Now, the private share price for Ripple is not doing so hot here as of the near term. The price of XRP, well, we've seen it's been pumps and dumps along with Taurus. If the market dumps shortly after, it appears that there's a little bit of a pump action, and it's got to do with the home gal Taurus. So are we going to see then a dump of XRP before the pump on October 7th if Gary the Fairy doesn't appeal? It's possible, isn't it? Now, the rest of today, I'm going to be chilling out. No, that's actually a lie. I got to go lift, and I'm going to play some basketball, and then I got to do some Pilates. This is not going to be a chill out day. Nah. Choo-choo, bitches.